I gotta play this. I gotta play this right and wrong guy. Okay, we got white. We're going with knight f3 d4. It's the tried and true. GLHF. Woo! Let's go. I had to beat him in style of call an ambulance, but not for me. This is how hard it was. Sounds legit. Damn. I really gotta play that guy. What? Do you ever open anything other than knight f3 d4? Dreamer. Oh, okay. This is enabling. We won't f7 sack Dom. You know, he's a friend. It's just not cool. Okay. Now we can certainly sack on f7 along this diagonal. So maybe we do. Maybe we do that. No, we won't f7 sack him. We won't f7 sack him. Sorry, what I missed what you said. I was just wondering if you open on turn 0 anything other than knight f3 d4 or knight f6 d5. Because I just don't, it saves me a lot of thinking. I just do that most of the time. This is interesting. Okay, so here we can turn 0 sack. Here, or turn 1 sack, I think. Can we? No, f4, f3, f2. Not quite anymore because we pushed this. If this, then we could have sacked here. Here we can f7 sack, turn 4, 3, 2, 1. We can turn 1 f7 sack here. Do we turn 1 f7? We don't turn 1 f7 sack, Dom. Right? I really want to. If I'm honest, I've got like a yearning itch. Hey, Midnight Raven R, thanks so much for following. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the stream. It's already, maybe this is 2 p.m., but it's already like, it's turn 4 and we're already thinking about like the 4 ways where we can f7 sack Dom. I think structurally this is probably not so great. We're gonna play a disciplined game of 5D chess. We're gonna rotate our knight over like so. We're gonna let him open up his structure like this. You know, we're gonna get our bishop out. This is gonna be fine. This is gonna be good. I think we gotta do this first. Interesting. Okay, I see what's happening here. Okay. Straight down this G file. I can respect that. Oh, you're going really ham down that G file, eh? Let's see here. Let's see here. Not really worried about it yet. There isn't that much that can happen here. Is there? Unless I'm overlooking something. Let's think. Where's this bishop going? I don't know if we want to frappuccino this bishop, because if we need an extra defender, then that's what this rook is going to do. I guess one of these. I guess one of these. Threaten this little guy right here. Okay. We won the tempo. Woo! How about we just set up a battery here, like this? What does he say to that? You know? Maybe pawn up here. I mean, that's a disaster on its own, right? It seems pretty sketchy. And then we can always, if we play knight d2 here, then we can always castle long as well. And then we don't feel terrible about our position if things get too dicey over in this direction. Whoa, hold up. Really? There's no way that that's okay. I mean, I guess he wants to frappuccino this bishop, but he's got to respect this, right? There's no way he doesn't respect this. I don't see it. I don't see it. What do we do? We time travel to this board, like with this bishop here or something. Well, okay, not quite. Maybe like the turn after we time travel to whatever happens after here. I mean, this guy's in danger and he's not going to castle anytime soon. Well, he might. Whoa. Whoa. This is a problem? Maybe. I guess this rook can recapture like in a turn. But then if he recaptures on this board, then we've got check like on this board, right? This seems devastating. We're gonna figure out whether or not this is devastating, right here and now. We're gonna figure this out together, chat. Probably okay with that. It's probably better for us, if anything. Now we can save this bishop. Or we can do this. And if he goes up there, then we can bring our queen over here. Probably take this. And then if he does this, then this is still like, well, I guess it isn't quite if he does this immediately. But I mean, we just take here. And this threatens mate up here, by the way. Yeah. So this up here is mate now, right? Well, I mean soft mate. Soft mate. Earlier I stuck to knight f3 c4, but then I got sacked on f7. Yeah, yeah, that'll do it. But then I got sacked on f7 and switched to, here's this, by the way, if stream wants to see the arrows. There's the check. And switched to knight f3 d4 because I didn't want to calculate those variants. Dom says, oops, I know. I know, it's tricky, man. It's tricky to know whether these attacks have bite a priori. You know, whether there's venom there. And it's like, oh, you know, yeah, I mean, it's really hard to say. It's really hard to say ahead of time. I still believe it's pretty defendable. Yeah, it's just the calculation, right? Like under time pressure. Yeah. I haven't really looked into the meta game of like how to respond to knight f3 d4 yet. I think that's probably the key to, if someone can figure out how to abuse knight f3 d4, which I've seen people propose and play like different stuff against knight f3 d4 than knight f6 d5. I've seen some weird ideas. c5 is one of them. I don't think it's good, like knight f6 c5. I've seen, what else have I seen? I've seen some weird stuff. I've seen some like bishop moves. Well, I mean, you can't, no, I've seen like knight f3 e6, d4, and then like, what would it be? Bishop, e6, Oh, Andre played that against me the other day, right? He played, it was like knight f3, e6, d, or maybe I was black, a d4, and then it must have been as white. Yeah. It must have been e3, knight f6, and then bishop c4. But then I think d5 ended up still being good. I don't really remember. But there are like ideas around exploiting that, I think, that are underexplored right now. I don't have the time to look at it outside of the game too often. By the way, that 10 timelines guy likes to abuse it with immediate g5 push. Really? Immediate g5 push. Wait, what's happening here? Yeah, it doesn't save him, right? Sad. I don't quite know what the play is, to be honest, for our opponent here. I'm gonna let Dom figure it out. I don't see any good moves. Yeah, it's a bit of a predicament. I really don't know. I really don't know what I do here. There aren't any. Yeah, I'm afraid that might be the case. There isn't really like Jurassic piece potential here because everything is so blocked in. Something like that. Maybe where you. The problem is that this is still check. It's a bit of a problem. You know. Actually, I can deliver that check next turn. And there isn't really anything that he can do here, right? Like if we do maybe one of, actually, what's the best move? Oh, actually, we have a tricky, we could take this rook here, right? Is it good? It's fashionable. I don't think it's good. I definitely don't think it's good. Especially because we soft mated him before then. Yeah. We could deliver check here. What happens after we deliver check? I mean, nothing really. Let's just deliver check. And then we can just take, like, here. Or something like that. And then I don't think there's really anything you can do. The bishops defend each other. Is the thing after you take here. So yeah, I don't know. He does have another timeline, but the fact that he's checked here means that he can't really take advantage of it. That was the idea. I think this is your game. Yeah, I think it might be. I think it might have been. I have to think about Dreamer's 10 timelines guy. With these words, you should grab your king and reach your hand out to cement. Yeah, it'll make the thumbnail. It'll bring it all together, you know, with the thumbnail and everything. Here, this bishop now defends this bishop. Not that we necessarily needed any redundancies. We also have a check next turn. We also have a mate. Probably not quite. We almost have shenanigans down here, but not quite yet. Yeah, I think this game might be a little bit over. That 10 timelines guy likes to abuse it with immediate g5 push. When you say immediate, do you mean knight f3, knight f6, d4, g5? Okay, what happened? Okay, the queen travel happened. Where did the queen go? Oh, I see. Can we check a king down there with a... No, we can't. I think we have to do... Well, I guess we go here. There we go. GG. GG. It was a tough spot. It was a tough spot to be in. Those are always, when all your pieces are over here and you're getting attacked, when you're getting flanked like that, it's just so hard to defend in this game. That's just the way it be. Almost. Like knight f3, knight f6, d4, d5, c3, c6, e3, g5, and in case of capture on g5, bishop f5 and waiting to sack on f2. Was there any place to escape that? Dom, unfortunately, I don't think so. I think that it was a really tricky predicament. I think as soon as we set up the battery here, I think that you had to respond. I'm not positive what with. I think it was really tricky. Yeah, I think maybe bishop here would have prevented like the time travel mate. It would have still been really tricky. It's just hard because all your pieces are over here, you know, and we're attacking on this flank. So those positions are just so difficult to get out of. So I think after this battery, along this diagonal, I really don't see what black does here. Like maybe bishop here, I think. Bishop f8 might have saved you or bought you some turns. Maybe there are ideas where you... Probably not. I don't know. It's super tricky. Like maybe there are ideas where... I mean, this feels ill-advised, but it might have bought you some turns to play f5. I really don't know. It was a really tricky position. But GG though. GG. I liked this. There was like a call an ambulance not for me situation where it got triggered as soon as you opened the G file and then brought the rook over. I was like, oh no, have I allowed myself to get collapsed on? Well, it was G6 last game, but here it's G3. You know, wanted to force some trades, miss something somewhere. Yeah, I feel you. It was complicated. Like figuring out these, you know, out of this end game. It was tricksy. GG though. GG. Let's rep our win. Let's try to surpass.